So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Up 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check. Watch for you.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Murray now on 1st down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 21 yards away. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And now it's 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here's Murray. And it'll be intercepted. Murray snags it for the pick. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Jalen Thompson picks it, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because you control the line of scrimmage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
2 yards.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Throwing now is Murray. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. 1st down, a run with Cohen. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he must be on the field at all times.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They run the counter now on first down. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 23-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 18-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we get to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 21-0.
Prater is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Takes it at the 7. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience.
And now here is another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
The 23-yard line.
To try again after the sack. Murray. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Johnson on the coverage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Akeem Hicks. A gain of 3.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk there to make the grab. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Well, it was 4th down, so there was pressure to begin with, and then you make a one-handed catch like that. What a play.
Just when you thought Your blood pressure couldn't get any higher after having called for it on fourth down. You see a one-handed catch being attempted. I'm sure it spiked at that point for all the guys on that side of the field. And instead, they get a chance to celebrate. What a tremendous catch, bringing it down for the touchdown.
Prater for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here's Cohen now to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals add on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Bears nothing.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here's Cohen now to return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try? And now here is another interception. Jalen Thompson picks it, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Here's Cohen now to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and
they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And my goodness, another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. 47's the mic, 47's the mic. 19 light. 47's the mic.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he'll be out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. They'll run forward with Montgomery. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
1-yard line.
Running for it, Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bears claw one back. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Check 15, check 15.
On play action, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off.
And this is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella. 47 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Cardinals 49, Bears 7. Matt Prater is set to kick off.
And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Akeem Hicks. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Murray with a 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Matt Prater.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Cohen now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Bears punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Incomplete. Jalen Johnson on the coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Murray and company going for it on 4th. Rolling to his right. He'll air this. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. Cliff Kingsbury, part of that new breed of head coaches, and his guys are going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. On the carry, it's Montgomery. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago! David Montgomery, 96 yards. And the Bears are able to make things a bit more respectable.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 33.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations,
it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner.
And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Murray. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it, and that's exactly what they did.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Cardinals 63, Bears 14. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. And now here is another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it up. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
At the 17-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Switch gears. Watch safety creep. Safety.
Now they try the right side here. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
3rd down and 12.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown touchdown as they just add to their totals. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney. 48 yards, and the Bears claw one back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
It's like my old high school coach used to say, Charles. He said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Santos with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Murray now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their... And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 19. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here's Cohen now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Matt Prater lining up.
So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big and you on onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Flush to his right. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
That's good.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check 45.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This is caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
18 Cardinal. Tighten up. Pull it together.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 12. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
On the deep ball. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Where you go? We got double up.
Back to throw it, Murray. He's going to let it go again. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 34.
Murray's pass intercepted by the Bears. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.